Antoine, can you introduce us to the series and your character?
Of course. So I play Milo, the what's known as the head geek of Warp, head nerd. He kind of knows everything about everything when it comes to the comic book world and pop culture and just fiction of all kinds. And then he's living life working at Warped. And then Ruby comes in and showcases the fact that she also knows just as much as he does, but she has a lot different of a way of going about things. She's a lot more chaotic than he is. And the series is kind of about the two of them along with Darby and Hurley, kind of just getting along and getting through life, balancing each other out.
Okay, Ruby and Milo have such an interesting dynamic throughout this series. What can you tease about that, and how did you and Antoine build that bond?
Yeah, well, Ruby and Milo started off as strangers, and so did Anton and I. So filming the pilot was, pretty real and raw. I, I mean, but I will say they do go on some pretty cool adventures together, and they become really good friends.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Antoine, you've played a wide range of characters in your career. What made Milo stand out to you?
Uh, this sounds weird because it's not something that necessarily would stand out, but he's exactly like me. Like, just everything about I mean, obviously it's a sitcom, so it's much more of an extreme personality, but all of the characteristics he has, I find like in myself, and I've never related to a character that much. That definitely stood out to me, and also just overall the script, the idea of Nickelodeon and like the multi-camera and just like the fast pacedness of it all is something I've never done. So I thought that was something that would be really really exciting and honestly a learning experience. Like in the acting career of life, like this has been like college for me. Like I've just learned like so much about just the whole world and sorry, but yes, the
The
character,
whole world.
the whole entire world and everything. No, but something that stands out is Milo, and honestly, the way he interacts with Ruby.
Yeah, question for the both of you. The Warp set is filled with Easter eggs to other Nickelodeon shows. Which was your favorite Nickelodeon show and why?
Okay, I'm a sucker for Good Burger. I love Keenan and Kel. I think they're geniuses. Genii? I
Yeah.
don't know. Anyways, I really think they're funny. And so Good Burger. There's a Good Burger poster. I don't know if it's on the camera side though. I think it's like inside the set. I don't know. You'll have when you guys watch, see if you can find it.
For me, it's hands down Avatar: The Last Airbender. I watch that show now. Like I just recently re-binged it. It's just so good. The like storytelling is way beyond just like a kids show, but it's so good. And we definitely have a lot of memorabilia of
Yeah.
Avatar. There's a giant poster thing.
And there's such a great chemistry that comes off between all four of you. How were you all able to build that during a pandemic?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, when we filmed the pilot, the first episode, it was during December of 2020, so like as locked down as one could be. So when we like met each other, it was us poking our heads out of a window and like looking at each other and being like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you, I'm Anton."
And then like, looking at each other, being like, I could spend the rest of my life with these people, like, and I'm meeting them through a window.
Yeah, it's such a strange experience, but we like very quickly just being on set and being together, all of our humor and like the jokes we make fit really really well together, so we kind of like we've just gotten really close. We like
Yeah.
FaceTime all the time.
Yeah, we did like Zoom lunches because
Yeah,
we didn't eat lunch together when we were filming. We have Zoom birthday parties. We're trying to
that,
make the most of it.
that was funny. I have a video on my phone because my birthday was in January, and they sung happy birthday, but because it's on Zoom it was like happy birthday. It was so funny, so entertaining.
If you had to describe the first season in a sentence, what would it be?
Whoa, we both made the same.
We did the same thing. We spent so much time together.
Uh,
um I would say, if I had to summarize it in a sentence, I would say chaotically filled with friendship.
That's a lot of words.
Four. That's 4 words. Chaotically filled with friendship.
I'd say I'd I'd say crazy. My word of the day is crazy.
And the show looks like so much fun. Is there a particular scene that you're both excited for your fans to see, whether it be with your character or another character?
I'm excited for Anton, you know that one scene.
There's so many. That one scene.
I have
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can probably talk about that, just not in great detail. There's an episode. It's later in the season. It's got a spacey element to it. That's all I'll say. But
we can say Kevin Smith
oh
guest.
yes, we can talk about it. So Kevin Smith is part of it, and he was amazing to work with. One of the funniest people I've ever met. But the props and the set and just like the scene we got to do is so funny, and that's one, my favorite scene to film, and two, the scene I'm looking forward to people watching the most.
Your two characters are writing the greatest comic book ever. If you had to make a comic book about your own life, what would you call it?
Okay, let me. Anton already knows what I'm going to say. In one interview a long time ago, it was like a month ago, he was like, what is if you were to make a comic about Anton, what would it be called? And so I called it Anton Eats, because I realized you need more context, because he okay, not to
No, go for it.
I have his permission. He kind of eats like a toddler. He eats like chicken fingers and mac and cheese, and that's it. In like a Cheesecake Factory, he'll order plain pasta with butter.
It's good. I have a plain choice of what I eat.
And the waiter will be like, "Do you want any salt?" And he's like, "Oh, no thanks."
No, I had salt. So the comic that she said was an adventure of me trying new foods. And she would call it Anthony. Funny enough, every single time that we get lunch or just food in general together, she'll take a picture of me like from above of just like the meal, and I am just like, it's all like me going like.
And then with the show dropping this week, what do you hope audiences take away after they see it?
I hope they laugh. I hope they love it. I hope it makes them happy.
For sure, I definitely would. I think one of the basic things about the show is like the friendship between the four, and I think that's, and honestly just like the overall excitement and fun that goes on in every episode. And I think yeah, I hope they enjoy it. I hope they have a good time on the roller coaster.
We look forward to every Thursday night coming home from school and watching some Warp.